Hi everyone, and welcome back to my 25 Days of Christmas tutorial series. Today I'll be creating a cute and really easy card with that vintage feel to it. To begin with, I have pre-cut a sheet of blue cardstock to 5 by 7 inches, and I'm going to place it inside the Magical Forest folder, which is by Paper Discovery. The size of the folder is actually A5, which is about 8 by 6, but it's also going to work for smaller formats, of course. So it takes just one pass through the die cutting machine to create the backdrop for my scene. To enhance that embossed pattern, I'm also going to add a little bit more color to it. So I'm using the Chipped Sapphire Distress ink here, and I'm just simply swiping the ink pad across the panel, and then I'll do it in the opposite direction like this. The raised areas are going to pick up much more ink, and it's also going to create that vintage distressed look immediately. Then you can let the ink air dry, or you can use your heat tool or a hair dryer to speed up this process. Next, I'm going to attach this embossed panel onto the card base. So I have created that card base, which is slightly larger than 5 by 7 out of light gray cardstock. Now I'm applying the double-sided tape onto the panel, and then I'm going to center it on a card front. Now when I have finished the card front, I just have to add my focal images to create the scene, plus I'm going to add a sentiment. And as always, the tools and supplies that I'm using are listed down below in the description, as well as on my blog. The images I'll be using to create a scene are from Christmas Characters stamp and die set. I have stamped them onto some watercolor cardstock, got them colored, and cut them out. I'm also going to add a sentiment, and although there are so many different sentiments in that Christmas Sentiments stamp set, this one in an elongated label seems to be my favorite. I'm using it quite a lot this season. So I'm going to stamp this sentiment with the navy blue ink onto a piece of gray cardstock, the same that I used for the card base. Then I'm also going to use the matching die to cut out this sentiment, and the die is the Bard of Christmas Essentials die set. This die is also going to create some debossed lines all around this label. Now I'm just playing around with all the elements, deciding if I want the sentiment at the bottom or at the top of the card, and it's going to work both ways actually, but I have decided to place it at the top this time. I'm attaching the sentiment label with a piece of foam tape, and this way I can have a bit of added dimension. Next, I'm going to lift up the cutout images one by one, apply some liquid glue, and stick them back down, plain and simple. And finally, I'm going to add a little bit of sparkle to this card by attaching some of the star-shaped confetti, and those are by Cat Scrappiness. Sparkly elements always look good on Christmas card, especially if it is a night scene. As always, to attach the small elements like those, I'm using my pickup pencil and a glue bottle with a precision applicator. I'm going to apply a couple of sequins onto the label, and then I'm going to scatter more of them all around the card. And here is my card finished. It's totally mailing friendly, and it's good for both children and adults. I hope I have given you some ideas on how you can use the colored and cutout images on your Christmas cards. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Bye bye!